9 movies. How did we get here? How in the hell are there 9 Fast and the Furious movies? Well, really 10 if you include Hobbs and Shaw, but 9. And yes, they go to space in this one. Fast and Furious 9, or F9, or Furious 9, or Fast 9, I'm not really sure. It's the 9th movie in the Fast and Furious saga, or the 10th. Is brought to us once again by director Justin Lin, and stars Vin Diesel, John Cena, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, a whole bunch of people. You know everybody who's in this movie, come on, it's the same people they've been amassing over the years. Vin Diesel's Dominic Toretto and crew come together once again to battle their most formidable foe, his brother. Yeah, he's got a younger brother now. So with this 9th installment in the mainline now Fast and Furious franchise, has it started to lose steam yet? Well, having just seen the movie, I can say no, it has not lost any of the steam that it has amassed since Fast 5. This movie is as insane as you expect it to be. It is a post-Fast 5 Fast and Furious movie through and through. If you've enjoyed the series up to this point, you are going to like this movie as well. On the flip side of that, if you're not a Fast and Furious fan, this movie is not going to change your mind. This franchise continues to surprise me with each entry. Every time a new Fast and Furious movie comes out, I think to myself, there's no way that they can outdo the last one. But they consistently do, and that's no exception here. Now, while there isn't like one particular stunt in this one that outdoes the others in previous films, well, with the exception of that one that you saw in the trailer where they go to space, but that's not really a huge part of the movie. I mean, it's there and it happens, and it does open up a whole lot of doors of possibilities for the future, but it's not really a huge part of the movie. Most of the movie takes place right down on here on good old Earth. But barring their spacefaring adventures, nothing here really outdoes any of the previous stunts in other movies. But it is up to the level of the stunts in those previous movies, and the sheer amount of carnage and just insane over-the-top stuff in this movie is loads more than the other films. The Fast and Furious movies have gotten increasingly more and more ridiculous as they've gone on. But it's alright because they fully embrace the insanity. They are not trying to ground this movie in reality whatsoever. They fully understand that this is a Fast and Furious movie and all bets are off. We can ride torpedoes on top of frozen lakes. We can shoot Pontiac Fieros into space. We can catch people with cars and they're gonna be okay because this is a Fast and Furious movie and they fully embrace the insanity. Ever since Fast 5, they've really just given up on where Fast and Furious originally started. And that's really where the series took off and became so much fun and got as big as it is today. I will say that while I have enjoyed all of the Fast and Furious movies to varying degrees since Fast 5 and some before, this one does have the most entertaining set pieces since Fast 5. Not to say 6, 7, and 8 didn't have their thrills and good times, but Fast 9 or F9 or whatever the fuck we're gonna call it, sheer amount of stuff that they throw at you at any given time is staggering. This movie does not concern itself a whole lot with story. It gives you enough to move things along. It knows that's not why you're here. You are here to see the insane over-the-top carnage. And it absolutely delivers that in extremely creative ways. There's things that they do with magnets in this movie that are equal parts ridiculous and over the top and also just fun as hell. Do not, I repeat, do not go into this movie, or really any Fast and Furious movie for that matter, expecting anything resembling realism. Because that ain't what you're getting. You're getting high fantasy, like real high fantasy. Case in point, there is a part where a high-speed Jeep races across a rope bridge as one end of it becomes dislodged and swings as they drive up it and they make it to the other side. This makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but it doesn't matter because it's such a good time and really fun to watch. Now, while the Fast movies have always had somewhat of a story to push things forward, it's always been about the characters. These aren't particularly deep characters, but they are very likable characters. And we get them all here. All the expected returning characters are here, plus some from Fast and Furious past that we didn't expect to see. But we also get some new characters that are being established in the series. And this brings me to the the one thing about the movie that does somewhat let you down: the story. Now I know, a minute ago I said, fuck the story, this is Fast and Furious, it's all about the carnage and the good times and all that, and this movie does deliver that. And I also said that Fast and the Furious isn't about the story, it's about the characters, and we got all those characters. So what the hell am I talking about the story being the weak link here? While yeah, all that stuff is true, there always has been that story that pushes our characters forward a bit in the movie. And the one here almost seems kind of like a recycled story from one of the previous films. Sure, we get Dominic Toretto's brother, he shows up and we're establishing him as a character. And we do get some backstory to the Toretto family that's only been hinted at up to this point. While the movie doesn't evoke that emotional feeling that we got from the end of Furious 7, which, I mean, considering real life events, I don't know many movies that do. It does try though, and it is still an admirable attempt. But beyond that, this story is much more concerned with setting things up for future films. This is them setting the seeds for the next two movies that will conclude the Fast saga. We've already heard in the news that Fast and Furious 11 will be the final movie in this franchise. And you can see that here. You can see that they are setting things up for the future. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, yeah, there is a story here, there's a thing that they have to get, and if they don't, the world will end and all that stuff. But as I said, the movie is much more concerned with setting things up. You can totally see that here more than any previous Fast and Furious film before. It's setting up characters, it's setting up relationships, it's setting things in motion for the next two films. And this is the first time in a Fast and Furious film that it seems like they have a plan moving forward. All the previous Fast movies have been very self-contained. They're not really looking beyond what they're doing right then. Sure, they always look back and they somehow end up tying everything together even though it didn't initially make sense. But this one is less looking back and much more looking forward. And I couldn't help that by the end noticing that. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the film. I had a lot of fun with this movie. But it does make me wonder, where are we going next? This Fast entry did leave more threads undone than any before it. That being said, I had a good time with what the movie had to offer. Everybody here's performances are what you expect from Fast and Furious film. Really hard-broiled, brooding, and over the top. I mean, that's what you come to Fast and Furious movies for, and that's what they deliver. John Cena is a great addition to the cast, though we don't get quite as much from him as I was hoping. The always elegant and wonderful Helen Mirren turns in a gleeful cameo that I really enjoyed. And while I did enjoy all the performances here, there was one notable cast member missing, and that would be The Rock. Now we know about all the behind-the-scenes drama, and I'm not going to get into that, but hopefully he does return for the future films because he was sorely missed here. It didn't ruin the movie or anything, but once you have The Rock in your franchise and you take him out, it is noticed. Now what you came here for is the action, and as I said a few minutes ago, this movie does deliver on that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this installment has more action set pieces than any Fast movie before it. And the movie jumps right into it. Like the first 30 or so minutes of this movie is non-stop explosions, over the top, bonkers as hell action. I mean, that first 30 minutes of this movie is more over the top than most other movies will ever dream about. And it's all a really good time. If not a totally unbelievable time, still a really good time. Guys, Fast 9, F9, Fast and Furious 9, whatever we're calling it, is a really good time. If you're a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, you are going to be happy here. I do strongly recommend, if you see this movie, go see it in theaters. This is a big, bombastic flick that deserves to be seen on the big screen. And while the story doesn't really progress things forward that much and more so seeds future installments, it was still an entertaining ride. The movie gives you what you want out of a Fast and Furious movie. Tons and tons of over-the-top, ridiculous set pieces. And while it doesn't change anything or really add anything to the franchise, it does absolutely solidify its mantle as the total reigning king of over-the-top, batshit insane good times. And while if you're not a fan, this one's not gonna be for you, but for everybody else, it is absolutely worth a buy.
Do it! Do it!
Show me the money!
Do it!
You motherfucker!
So,
Show me the money!
do it!
I really enjoyed this movie. It was probably my favorite Fast and Furious movie since Fast 5. So if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious, especially the later films, then run out to theaters and check this one out. I think you'll have a great time with it. So there it is, guys, my review of Fast and Furious 9, or whatever they're calling it. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Morocco.
We supposed to stop that? Hold on! We going wild. We on the loose. People is blind. We are the truth.
And while the movie didn't necessarily evoke that emotional feeling that Furious 7 did... What the I got a hole in my shirt. Man, I really like this shirt. Fuck. Like halfway done with the review, too. Oh well, fuck it, I'm not re-recording all that shit.